afternoon, good evening, whichever time that you are watching this video. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jamie Naftali. The channel is on kids welfare. This is whereby mothers are educated, the caregivers, on common illnesses affecting children while growing up. Here I talk in a language that every mother, every person is able to understand. That's why I want to be as layman as possible so that people can understand what we are talking about. So welcome into today's video. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button, the red button. Subscribe to be part of this wonderful family. And if you have not subscribed, please in a count of 3, 2, 1, subscribe. Thank you to be part of us. And if you're that returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support, for your continued support. I'm really grateful. So in today's episode, we are going on with our new Rota vaccination. Remember, we said we switched to a new one, which we called the Rotavac, and that is in 2022. That is where the previous one disappeared, the Rotarix. Now we are continuing with the advantages and knowing more about this new vaccination. So studies have found interchangeably of rotavirus vaccine products that they are safe and they are also effective. So this new one, the one that has been introduced, is very safe to children. They are also very effective. Therefore, the WHO, the World Health Organization, recommends that the rotavirus vaccination series for each child should be completed with the same product whenever feasible. So that means that if this child was started on the Rotarix, so the WHO recommends that they get that specific one, all the dosages. There were 2. However, if the product for the previous dose is unavailable or unknown, complete the series with any available licensed product that is there. So what we are saying is probably, for example, your child got 1 dose of the Rotarix, the previous one for the 2 dosages. They got only 1, so it's no longer available. We said it disappeared at some point. So this one you should go on and give the new one, because we need this child to complete the dosages as scheduled, the way they're supposed to get. We said it's a 3-dose vaccine, so they should get. So in as much as they recommend that you stick to 1 product, and if it disappeared, there's no harm to continue with any other product that is licensed to complete the dosages. Hope this is very clear. So restarting the series is not recommended. What does this mean? Maybe the child got the Rotarix, the previous one, just 1 dose, and it was supposed to be 2. So if now this one Rotavac comes in and they just got 1 and time they did get other, so when they come back for the second one, you should not go back to the first that had already been given. You do not restart, so you continue from when they come. Now you continue with the 2 with this current one for the 3 dosages. You continue, give the second and also give the third vaccine. Hope this is clear again. As Rotavac has 3-dose schedule, continuing this product following the first dose of Rotarix, this means the child will now need a total of 3 doses for a complete vaccination. This I've just explained. So right now, because they used to get 2 and they only got 1, so they are not going to get another one to get 2, because it has changed to Rotavac, which is now the 3 dosage, the current one. So they are going to get 2 more to get the complete 3 dosages. So this is what I'm just insisting. Make sure your child has gotten the 3 dosages. Currently, it is the 3 dosages of the Rota vaccination. So now, having all this knowledge, today let's try to think around a bit. So let's exercise a bit. So let's do some scenarios here. The first scenario is an infant's immunization card shows a child comes in, walks into the clinic, finds you, and you find that the infant immunization card shows this child, he or she is now 17 weeks old and has received BCG and also OPV, that is the polio. So where do you start from here in terms as far as the Rota vaccination is concerned? So this infant is 17 weeks old. So they have not gotten any dose. They have just gotten the BCG, the ones that they are given at birth, and also the polio. So in terms of vaccinating the Rota vaccine, what do you do? So maybe you can start thinking even before I answer this. The answer is you should administer the Rotavac, the first, second, and also the third dose. Because why? Because this baby is 17 weeks old. Still they are below 1 year. Yes, they didn't get at 6 weeks, 10 weeks, and the 14 weeks the way they are supposed. They are beyond the 14 weeks. But the good news is that this child is still below 1 year. We said below 1 year, they still get the 3 dosages. And remember, we are saying the interval is 4 weeks. So they're going to get at the first, at the time, immediately they come. An interval of 4 weeks, they get the second dose. An interval of again 4 weeks, they get the third dose. So also administer the other vaccines that are advised to complete the schedule. So that is scenario 1. We have another exercise your brain. So scenario 2 is that an infant, a very small baby, comes to you to the clinic. They are 20 weeks old. They are 20 weeks old, and the card indicates that he received the first dose of the Rotarix at 6 weeks. What will you do? So this is different from the first scenario. The first scenario just got the BCG. They had not gotten any Rota vaccination. So this one is 20 weeks old, and they already got the first dose of the Rotarix. Remember, the Rotarix is the previous vaccination that was there that disappeared in 2022, and now we are in another one, the Rotavac, that we are supposed to give 3 dosages. What do you do? So the answer is you give the second dose. You also give the third dose of the Rotavac. Reason why we should do this is, first of all, this baby, yes, they are beyond the 14 weeks to get the Rota vaccination, but they are within 1 year, so they are 20 weeks. So, and they have already gotten the first one. We said we do not restart. We say they got the other one, and now this is the Rotavac. So you continue from there. You count that one that they got. So you give, when they come in, you give the second dose of the Rotavac, the new one. You also now, at another 4 weeks interval, you give the third dosage. So this is the scenario 2. So that I'm just giving this scenario so that people can be able to understand what is happening. The third and the final scenario, infant comes in for the first dose of the Rota at 11 months. What will you do? So this kid is 11 months. They are remaining with only 1 month, so that we say this child should not get, but they are still beyond the 1 year. So what do you do? So the answer is that imagine this kid is going to get all the 3 dosages as long as they are within 1 year. So at 11 months, you're going to give your Rotavac. Yes, the dose 1. At 12 months, now at 1 year, you give the second dose. Remember, the interval in all cases is 4 weeks. Then you give the third dose at 13 weeks. So here you're going to give the third dose at 1 year, 1 week, which is still recommended, because when you are starting to give, this child was below 1 year. So I hope this is clear. This is to complete the schedule. So these are the scenarios. So hope now you're able to think, to understand what we are saying. How about precautions when we come to the Rotavac vaccination? So acute infections or febrile illnesses could be a reason to postpone this Rotavac vaccination. If the child has got acute infection, they have febrile illnesses, anything to do with, they are feverish, they have hotness of the body, you might postpone giving this Rotavac vaccine. Yes, you might postpone. However, If hospitalized, they should receive the vaccines on discharge. So if they are hospitalized with any acute infection, with any febrile illnesses, at that time you stop. You don't give until they get well. But on discharge is okay. Don't let them leave the hospital without giving this Rota vaccination. Hope this is clear. Then there's an NB. Please note that mild illnesses or upper respiratory tract infections or mild diarrheas, this is not a contraindication to giving the Rotavac, the Rota vaccination. What am I saying here? So if something, it's just a mild illness, the child has got diarrhea, but it is mild, not so much. So this is not a contraindication. This is not something to say, I will not give the Rota vaccination because the child has this mild diarrhea. This is what we are just saying. If it's not so serious, you just give. We just say the febrile illnesses and other acute infections. This is when you might postpone, and still doesn't mean that you not give. You just postpone and wait for the child to get well. So this is an NB that mild illnesses, mild diarrheas, these are not precaution. They are not contraindications. They are not contraindications to giving the Rotavac. So is there the complete contraindication? Yes, there is. If there is a previous hypersensitivity after giving the Rotavac vaccination, what I mean is that if you gave the first vaccination, the child reacts, there is hypersensitivity, the child reacts, the skin reacts, so this one it might be a contraindication. You should not give, you stop, don't give. Another contraindication is previous history of interception. This is a bit hard, but interception is whereby the intestines have coiled themselves. So in such cases, still it is contraindicated. You don't give the Rotavac. But in these cases of interceptions are very, very rare. But in case it is contraindicated, you do not give. So hope this is clear. It was a long one. I believe it was a long one, but people have learned. Now you know. Thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you for listening. Thank you for keeping tuned. If you haven't subscribed again, please subscribe. Hit that red button, subscribe to be part of us. Also hit the gray button so that you may become the notification bell to know every time I'm posting a new video here. Thank you so much. Until next time, goodbye.